Do extroverts succeed because they talk more? And do introverts succeed because they think more? Is success really about how much we speak? Or is there a deeper truth that most people completely overlook? Hello everyone, and welcome. Today's story isn't just about communication. It's about a silent habit that secretly holds so many people back from achieving their true potential. You might not even realize it's happening in your own life, but this one habit could be standing between you and your biggest dreams. In a small, quiet town, there lived a boy named David. He was bright, curious, and just full of ambition. He dreamed of becoming the top student in his school, mastering new skills, and one day, creating a better life for himself and his family. But David had a habit that was quietly stealing all his energy. He talked too much. Now, he wasn't rude or arrogant, just incredibly expressive. Every time he learned something new or had a fresh idea, he just couldn't keep it to himself. He'd tell everyone about his plans, his dreams, and his vision for the future. He'd talk about what he was going to accomplish, the books he was going to read, and how he'd one day become a huge success. At first, people really admired him. His friends would say, "Wow, David, you're so ambitious." His teachers encouraged him, and his parents felt proud of his drive. But as time went on, something strange started to happen. Success never seemed to arrive. Despite all his enthusiasm and big talk, David's results stayed stubbornly average. The more he talked about his goals, the less he seemed to actually achieve. It got to a point where some of his classmates even started to tease him, calling him Mr. Big Talk. Frustrated and deeply confused, David decided to visit his grandfather one weekend. His grandfather was an old, wise man, calm, thoughtful, and known throughout the neighborhood for his simple yet powerful advice. Seeing David's gloomy face, his grandfather asked, "What's wrong, son? You look like you've just lost a major battle." David let out a long sigh. "Grandpa, I keep talking about my dreams, how I'll be successful, how I'll achieve all these great things. But no matter how hard I try, nothing ever changes. I feel like I've completely lost my motivation." His grandfather smiled gently. "That's because, David, you talk too much about your dreams." David frowned, confused. "What do you mean by that?" The old man leaned back in his comfortable chair and said, "Let me tell you a story. Many years ago, in a distant village, there lived a poor farmer named Thomas. He was humble, but he was filled with an unshakable determination. His dream was to one day own a big, sprawling farm filled with crops and live a comfortable, secure life. Every single day, Thomas worked from sunrise to sunset. He saved every coin he earned and never wasted a single moment of his time. But there was one thing he never ever did. He never shared his dreams with anyone. People in the village would often ask him, "Thomas, why do you work so hard all the time? What are you planning?" And Thomas would just smile and say, "You'll understand one day." Years passed. Slowly but surely, Thomas began buying up small plots of land. He grew more crops, made more money, and steadily expanded his farm. A few years later, he built a beautiful, sturdy home right beside it. The villagers were completely shocked. When did all this happen? They whispered to each other. How did he do it? One of his old friends finally visited him and asked, "Thomas, you've achieved so much. But tell me, why didn't you ever share your dream with any of us?" Thomas smiled and replied, "Because talking too much weakens your action. When you speak about your goals, your mind releases the same satisfaction as if you've actually achieved them. You feel like you've already done something, even when you haven't. And once people know your dreams, some will try to discourage you, while others will secretly hope you fail. Silence protects your focus. Your words are like arrows. Once you release them, they can't be taken back. I wanted my success to be the one to speak for me. Hearing this story, David sat in complete silence. His grandfather looked at him and continued, "You see, David, not everyone around you is happy when you talk about your dreams. Some people will pretend to support you, but deep down, they don't want you to grow. And even if no one discourages you, just the act of speaking about your plans gives your brain a false sense of satisfaction. It tricks you into feeling like you've already accomplished something, and that kills your motivation to actually do the hard work." David nodded slowly. The truth hit him harder than he ever expected. "So what should I do, Grandpa?" he asked softly. His grandfather smiled. "From today, speak less about your plans and act more. Let your results speak for you. Remember, this silence has incredible power. The louder your work, the quieter you can be." That single conversation completely changed David's life. From that day on, he decided to keep his dreams private. No more telling everyone about his grand plans. No more seeking validation from others. Instead, he started waking up earlier, studying harder, and focusing only on his goals with a quiet intensity. Months went by. David noticed something incredible happening. He was calmer, sharper, and more focused than he had ever been before. Without the constant distractions of praise or doubt from others, his progress became steady and undeniable. He wasn't chasing praise anymore. He was chasing genuine growth. And then came the final exams. This time, David didn't talk about how ready he was or how much he had studied. He simply prepared in silence. When the results were finally posted, he had ranked first in the entire school. His classmates were stunned. "David, how did you do it?" they asked. Completely bewildered, he just smiled and said, "I stopped talking and started doing." Years later, David became a successful entrepreneur. He built a company from scratch and inspired countless people with his quiet discipline and powerful results. During an interview, a reporter asked him, "What is your secret to success?" He replied simply, "Talk less, work more. Let your actions do all the talking for you." This story teaches us something incredibly powerful. It's not about being an introvert or an extrovert. It's about finding the right balance. Talking too much about your dreams can drain the very energy you need to actually achieve them. When you constantly discuss your goals, your brain tricks you into feeling a sense of progress without you having made any real effort. You lose the hunger that drives you forward. Silence, on the other hand, builds focus. It creates a space for deep work. You don't need to announce every single move you make. Keep your dreams private until they are ready to be shared through your actions, because sometimes silence isn't emptiness, it's strength. So, work quietly. Let your results become your noise. Remember, success doesn't come from talking, it comes from doing. And when the time is right, your silence will speak louder than 1,000 words ever could. And that's the truth most people overlook. Success doesn't shout from the rooftops. It whispers through consistent action. You don't need to announce every dream or prove your potential with words. The world doesn't remember what you said you were going to do. It remembers what you actually did. When you speak less and act more, your silence becomes a powerful force, one that commands respect, builds discipline, and draws success toward you. So from today, stop giving your energy away to empty talk. Protect your dreams like precious seeds. Plant them quietly, nurture them daily, and let them bloom when the time is right. Because when your results start speaking for you, no one can ignore you. If this story inspired you to think differently, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who talks about their dreams more than they work on them, and subscribe for more stories that awaken your mind, strengthen your focus, and remind you that true success is built in silence, one quiet step at a time. Thanks for watching.